Another piece of sports news that seems to be custom made for Pablo to comment on. President Donald Trump demanding name changes for two major sports franchises. On his Truth Social site yesterday, Trump called for the NFL Washington Commanders and Major League Baseball Cleveland Guardians to revert to their previous former monikers, the Redskins and the Indians. The president also threatened to block the Commanders' impending move back to D.C. in the team's new stadium if it fails to do so. That of the Commanders' ownership group said earlier this year the name was here to stay. Meanwhile, the Guardians president of baseball operations told reporters yesterday, quote, "We understand there are different perspectives on the decision we made a few years ago, but obviously it's a decision we've made. We've got the opportunity to build a brand as the Guardians over the last 4 years that are excited, blah, 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 blah." So I did a little checking on my Google machine, Jonathan Lemire. Very fascinating. No, you're not going to believe these results. I don't think you will. I expected to find out that the Redskins name was extraordinarily controversial and everybody would want them to change it, while the Indians might not be as controversial. Listen to these numbers. The Washington Post in 2016 took a poll of Native Americans, and 90% of Native Americans said the name did not bother them. An AP poll in April of 2013, 79% of respondents said don't change the name. They don't support the name change. 11%, only 11% at the time supported the name change. Now those numbers have changed some, especially among younger Americans. But the Indians name, it was split, actually, much closer. About the same amount of people who opposed the name change supported the name change. So, of course, the president doesn't have as much power over what the Cleveland Guardians do. But he certainly has some sway over what happens in Washington. So what do you think?
Yeah, there are a few things here. First of all, Trump, one of his Truth Social posts ended with MAGA, Make Indians Great Again. We shouldn't lose track of that. Also, both of these teams also had logos that were cartoonish and deemed offensive by many. Even the people who thought the names were okay, the logos less so. Look, in Washington, I mean, Joe, I know you know it too. The Commander's name is not beloved. There were some who thought the Washington football team was actually better. But I'm not sure there's a lot of appetite to go back to this. So Pablo, I mean, I think there's a few things at play here. I mean, and I think part of this is the president reeling a bit from the Jeffrey Epstein stuff and looking to throw some red meat to his base. There? This is a cultist stoking a culture war argument that people can get on his side again. He's been trying to do that all week since the Epstein story broke. So that's part of it. But I think what's more sort of consequential is he does get a say in Washington. And if he's trying to, people in that city are desperate for that team to move back into the district. And he's saying, I might block it if you don't adhere to my wishes and change back to this name.
Yeah, all of this has a bit of a time machine feel for a bunch of different reasons. One, certainly the historical debate. The other, the more recent media debate in which we in sports media argued about this at length years ago. And it was effectively decided, surely controversially, but nonetheless decided. And so when, the Guardian's executive is saying a few years ago, it's sort of like, we did this already. Right. We all did this.
I mean, Washington was decades. It was decades.
But the decades feeling like infinity, and the point being that this is something that has been unilaterally dredged up. This is not a hot topic among sports fans anymore at all. And it only gestures in the direction of, why would this argument be started now? And the leverage in D.C. with Josh Harris, the owner of the Commanders, formerly known as the Washington football team, formerly known as, of course, the racial slurs, all that stuff, John, it just feels like leverage in a way that's familiar. It's familiar. We've seen this in private industry. Why does he care about the mascot of a private sports team? Well, maybe because the government has some sway over what that team's operations might be, which means that let's talk about it.
Actually, I think there's another reason. This is so consistent with his attacks on DEI. This is Donald Trump, who has a really good instinct about the political correctness issue. For a lot of people who went way too far, this is going to be effective with his base. I think you're underestimating how this will resonate.
Right. I mean, it's like start another fight. Right? Just start another fight. Start another fight and start from that stage. Although I actually think Commanders is catching on, and I like it. I mean, George Washington was a commander.
Oh,
I actually think it's got you on.
I mean, Commanders. Just call them.
The Commanders are
If you
bad.
got
We
to
can all
call
agree.
it, just
like
call
it.
them.
But at least
Call
we're talking about
Washington's
this.
football team and Cleveland's baseball team. I'm sorry, it's hard to go from the Cleveland Indians to the Cleveland. And I half the time I forget that it's Guardians or whatever. You know, Jen, what's so interesting? Well, several things interesting, but what's so interesting about this is, you're right. I mean, his base, and Richard said this, his base will support this, but this is the mistake a lot of people make. More than people in his own base will support this. And going, come on, it's a baseball team. You look at the Atlanta Braves. Why are the Atlanta Braves still the Atlanta Braves, where you have Native Americans all in on that, and the Braves share concessions with them? You watch an FSU football game, and it's like a scene out of a John Wayne movie, you know, with the throwing of a spear, you know, and you still hear the chance, the chance that the Braves started years and years ago. So it seems selective, first of all, and secondly, most Americans, at least, well, in these polls from 10 years ago, the overwhelming number of Americans, at least with Washington, was saying, "Oh, come on, it's just a football team," and 90% of Native Americans. So I don't know that it's just the base here that's saying you all are being too precious. You're being too politically correct.
Yeah, but I do feel like, I mean, I can understand why. I don't know. I mean, it is a little weird that the Washington football team and the Cleveland baseball team was on his mind. I can understand trying to start a new fight. I know, like,
Right.
you know, I get the appeal beyond his base of him picking these DEI fights. I do kind of feel like the Washington Commanders is considered so resolved. He can use, I guess, I mean, he can use it to make that fight and cause a new fight with Josh Harris. But I don't feel like this is the best fight to be picking right now. Most effective fight to be picking right now.
Yeah, and obviously, as John Lemire said, it's very good to distract your base. So maybe that's the reason why he's doing it. I'm curious, Pablo, what your thoughts are about why is it in Cleveland? Why are the Indians bigoted, and why in Atlanta are the Atlanta Braves okay? And why do you see that in sports? It's like, you know, and again, FSU, you look at the Seminoles, and again, you look at all the rituals.
Yeah, that spear's
all the
on fire sometimes, by the way. That's not just any spear. They sometimes light the spear on fire at FSU, Joe, in Tallahassee. These are good questions, and there is no, look, constitutionally speaking, there is no bright line, right? So the idea is you consult, you poll, you survey, as you cited, and of course the data is messy. And then the question is, okay, well, are we being, out of an abundance of caution, overly sensitive? Who are we protecting? And so that argument, by the way, in which you have op-eds from Native leaders, in which you have professors, you have historical research, you have, as John was alluding to, the analysis of illustrations, a through line in all these stories, by the way, analysis of illustrations. What he might be distracting from, and also this. All of this is to say that this is a story that has been so debated that you're right. It's okay for the other side, for the opposition party to this issue to exist. It's okay. And I'm not going to convince them that, you know, because for me, the whole thing was, if you're a Native American person, is it plausible that you feel like this sport is welcoming to you or using you for some other end? And of course, this is a debate that has been echoed in every sector of American life, and it's irresolvable, I dare say, even as you try to be sensitive, because of course we would like such people to feel included.
Because we're all sensitive artists, you and I,
That's right.
Pablo. We're just sensitive. I am a sensitive artist, as the old song went.